I'm now starting the second video for the second block in the 4-block series. Today we're going to discuss worry. Worry is a very effective form of manifestation. What I mean by that is that when we worry, our imagination often will go into overdrive. We vividly feel the negative emotions and feelings associated with the movies we play out in our head. This is extremely effective, and it is visualization because these are movies. And since the feeling is the secret, it is actually the power that brings what we want to us. We're actually focusing in and creating that which we are worrying about. Have you ever noticed how very oftentimes people who are really afraid of something, no matter how far-fetched it may seem, those circumstances pop into their lives, and it's very consistent. Worry is the same concept. Why are you worried? Why was I worried? Because I don't believe that I have the ability to put out and get back what I want? Yeah, probably. I'm worried that how can this be true? When you jump in and you learn these concepts and it says, "Oh, you can have whatever you ask for." Immediately the ego mind jumps in and tells you, "You can't have that. How? Explain to me how." And then it'll drum up like innumerable images, movies, very vivid all day long of how you are not going to have something. This is the incessant problem of worrying. And while we may do positive visualizations to bring in what we want, because the ego mind doesn't have any other job besides keeping us occupied and trying to convince us, it will spend all day, every day, working you over to make sure that you listen to it rather than to you yourself, your higher self, the universe. So when you're sitting there worried about, I don't know, am I ever going to attract someone into my life? Am I even good enough? How could anyone love me? Maybe I kind of believe these techniques can be true. I've seen some evidence of it. I've had some successes, probably in areas that weren't very, wasn't a big deal to us. Manifest $50 or a parking spot. Nothing of consequence that we actually care about. But when we're talking about, for instance, bringing in a significant other, that's a big deal to just about everybody. So there's a lot of resistance that gets built up right away. Blocks are nothing more than resistance. And while it is in our favor that we will still receive what we want, a block can significantly delay receiving what we want or what we choose to have. So yes, while you're going to still get what you want, say instead of like in a month's time you meet this special person you've basically put in order out to the universe for, the block comes in and delays it by the next year and a half, even longer, because the longer and the stronger the block is in place, the more delay is going to be put out. And in our favor is the fact that positive is greater than negative. So we're still dragging this thing to us. We're still shifting into the reality that this thing is true in, but it's a much, much slower process because of these blockages. And worrying is one of the most pervasive ones of all. Because even if we trust, at least partially trust the process, and know that these things do work, we may have seen many instances in our lives where we put out something and we got it back. It's a constant worrying going on. It's just like, can I have a moment's break? Can you just shut up, ego, and leave me alone for 5 minutes? And the worrying just prolongs it. And we get it caught up in it too because it's very intense. The more you want something, the more worrying can be built up, and it'd be very vivid too, especially around romantic relationships, because then you start trying to figure out how you're gonna make it happen. How, you know, ego mind is very logical, it wants to know the how, and that's not your job. How is not your problem. How is up to the universe to bring to you. You just put your order in and let it happen. So worrying is a major block, and we have to reduce it. Now, the best way I found to reduce worrying is simply to continue improving myself. For instance, if I want to attract a romantic relationship, the kind I want, it's become the person that you would be proud to be in a relationship with. Become so attractive that the person you want there's no way they're going to pass you up. And what do I mean by that? I mean, show yourself the love you want to give someone else. Make improving yourself your full-time job. Then you're going to see massive results. Focus in on the foundations. Build the belief structure. Put the time and effort into yourself. And then get the results. Worrying is the power of the ego mind working you over. So push it off. Let it go. Focus in on yourself. When opportunities come by, put yourself out there, see what happens. If they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. You're fine. No matter what you do. And continue. Continue improving yourself. Before long, your very presence will magnetize others around you. You'll notice the difference. And then the worrying slips away. It'll take some time, but if you don't do something now, then tomorrow it'll be the same, and the day after, month after, year after. It never will change, because these beliefs are locked in until you actually change them. And you change them by constant effort every day to restructure your belief structure in general and drop the resistance. Focus in on what makes you happy. Focus in on your self-improvement. Focus in on the power you hold. And then you'll see these things slip away, and as they come down, you'll start seeing major, quick results. Drop the resistance, and things are going to happen for you very quickly. Where before they would take a year or more, now they may happen in a week, a couple weeks, a month or so. You never can tell, but start today and reap the benefits tomorrow. Drop the worry. Drop the incessant visualization. You're giving your power to what you don't want. So shift it to what you do want, and shift it to yourself. Take it back and put it to work for you.